Well, hello everybody, and yes, boom, it is happening. The Lotto Day has launched. My name is Victor Martinez, and what I want to do is kind of share with you a little bit of what's happening. Lotto Day launched. It's been very exciting. It's been a wonderful wait. It's amazing. A lot of us had an opportunity to go to some of the corporate events and meet some of the people that are behind the program, that are the developers, that are the person who basically created the Ultron blockchain. So there's a lot of great information. Like what I want to do today, because there's a little bit of confusion. A lot of people, and I understand when I first got involved, it was like I was really trying to understand everything. So what I want to do today is just give a little really basic overview. I'm not going to cover everything in detail. And the reason why is this. There are still opportunities for people to take advantage of the Lotto Day, becoming what they call like we're becoming owners of this software so that we can get paid a residual income. We can get compensated for supporting this program, which does not exist today. I mean, in most cases. And I want to share with you some examples. So what I want to do is just really go over some really basic information to keep this very short and sweet, because there is still time for people that would like to buy what they call a Lotto Day NFT. And all a Lotto Day NFT is that if somebody makes a financial commitment, they can get compensated based on the success of the program. And there is a lot of great documentation, and the people that are behind this program that we're very confident that's going to work, and it is already working because we're getting paid. And slowly but surely, as the word gets out there and more people play, just think about it. I want you to kind of keep this in mind. If let's say, think of the lottery in your country. If someone would approach you and said, "Hey, if you help us, launch this lotto program, you could get a little bit of a lot of people, get compensated daily and monthly and yearly, etc." How many of us, knowing the success that the lotteries have had in different countries, we would jump all over it? But it's never going to happen. And throughout this presentation, I'll explain why. So I want to cover some information, real basic, straight to the point. I'm not going to cover everything in detail. You can always go and find one of my videos and where I go into a little bit more detail. But this, what I want to do is because there's a sense of urgency, there is still opportunity to take advantage of it. But kind of keep in mind, we do have to let people know, we're not financial advisors. We're people that have gotten involved in something, and we're just sharing our journey. And everybody makes their own choices, what they want to do. Okay, so we're not here to convince anybody. We're just sharing opportunities, and this is more for, if you want to call it, educational purposes. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to share my screen, and there is a website that you can go to, and you can actually see this. You can actually see that the Lotto Day has launched. You can press this button right here. You can start playing. There is a way to set up wallets depending what country you're in, so you can actually play this lottery. And you may say, what is the difference between this lottery and the lottery that's in my country? Because people are watching this from different countries. A little bit later today, I am going to do this in Spanish for the Latin American countries. But and those are the only two languages I could do it in. So if I could do more, I would. So look, what I wanna do is cover this real basic information about what a blockchain is and where is all this coming from. Okay. And this is like really super basic, but look, a blockchain is real simple when you can look at it this way. Okay. You have to keep in mind, if you look at the cars, there's over 2,200 coins. There's well in excess of 2,200 coins. And I call it in the crypto world. Okay. There's in excess of, almost like now, from the time this little presentation was done the very first time, there's over 200 blockchains. Okay. Now, what happens is that these cars need to go up and down a road, in a sense, for it to have value. And that's what a blockchain is. So the Ultron blockchain is one of the 200 blockchains. Now, these little houses you see right here, this is what creates more value to the blockchain. It's kind of like this. If there's a freeway and you have hotels, gasoline stations, toll roads, restaurants, and the more of those businesses that are on this road, gives it more value. That's why people travel down this road. Okay. Same thing happens in a sense with the crypto coins. I call it the crypto coins, the tokens, if you want to call it, which are cars. Okay. So what happens is that if you look at what Ultron has accomplished compared to some of these other blockchains, which is like Ethereum, Binance, Solana, Polygon, they have taken things to a whole different level. They took something that worked very, very well, and all they've pretty much done for us is simplified it, and they made it so that we can basically participate. And they've made it simplified so that more people would use it and give it more value. Okay. So now what happens is if you look at, let's just say what's the track record, what has happened with some of these blockchains. And we're just going to talk about one of these. A lot of these are very successful. Ultron started basically less than 2 years ago. They were 2 years in development, but it's been about 2 years since they basically launched it. It was at basically a penny. Okay, Ethereum, when its initial price when it started was at 30 cents. And by 5 years, they reached their all-time high, which was over $4,000 a coin. So just kind of do the math. If you had 100 coins and you paid 30 cents for each coin, and then 5 years later it's worth $4,000 each, well, in excess of $4,000 each. What is the value of those coins if you cashed them in? That's what I look at. You just cash them in. Now, it's maintained a real stability at around between $1,900 to $22,000 per coin when I've looked at their website. And there's places where you can see this, okay? So I kind of look at it this way. Right now, Ultron is at 1 cent. When I first saw it, I did not take advantage of it. And then about 6 months later, it's presented to me again, and they were up to like 5-7 cents. So I look at if somebody would have invested a certain amount of money, just do the math, whatever that amount is, right? So the opportunity we have is to see what they've planned, what they had in mind, what they were going to create. And if you look at this graph, and if you do some of your due diligence, you'll kind of notice they're on track with everything they've been saying that they're going to do. Okay. Now, Mavie is basically a separate company from Ultron. Ultron's a blockchain. Mavie is a company that allows us to create an affiliate program to develop an affiliate, a group of organization, build a community of people, and we can get compensated for doing that if we choose to. Or I can just make it in a sense like an investment. I could buy an NFT, see what happens with the coin down the road, or I can tell people about it, and that's totally optional. Okay. So what happens, they created a couple of things. They created the Ultron Staking Hub, which I took advantage of. Now the Lottoday Gaming Hub is available. And they have coming very soon at the early quarter of next year, the Payment Hub, the Flip Me Card Payment Hubs. Okay. So what I want to focus on is just the lottery, the Lottoday. They call it the Lottoday Gaming Hub. So what Ultron has done is they've created these applications that are going to be put on the blockchain, which what it does, real simply, look at this way. The more applications they have, they call them native applications, the homes, the more that they offer on their blockchain that people can use. And yeah, there could be things under that we would never personally use, but someone else does. It will increase the value of the blockchain. And when it increases value, the point of the value goes up. Just real simple. Just keep it real simple like that. So what I want to do is really just talk about the lottery. There's other things coming on board, but let's just talk about the Lottoday. Okay. What makes a Lottoday really exciting? Well, here, there's going to be a few things you're going to see here that it totally caught my eye because there's a few things I didn't understand when it came to the lotteries. Okay. Now, keep in mind, once again, there are risks involved when you talk about crypto assets, owning NFTs. We're just basically sharing our journey, like I said. I would read this in very much detail. Like I said, I'm just doing a real basic overview. But kind of keep in mind, in any business adventure, there's always risk, okay? So there's a saying, don't spend more than what you're willing to lose, okay? And do your due diligence, all right? So now, let's look about the lottery. The market size is about $450 billion a year. Okay, you look at all these countries, just keep it really general. That is about amount. That's about how many people in each country spend on lottery tickets in their own country. Now, I can't cross borders. I can't go to, let's say, China and buy tickets, come back to the United States and cash them in. Doesn't work that way. Why? Because each country, if somebody wins, let's say, for example, in China, China is going to charge them taxes, and there's gaming taxes. There's all kinds of taxes they charge. So by the time the person gets a percentage of what they really want, it's a really small fraction. Okay. Let's say the United States. They charge 40% for income taxes. They'll tax you 40%. Then there's a 40% gaming tax. So now you're left with 20%. Now, 20% is not bad when you're making, let's say, $450 million. You still get a small, that's millions of dollars is definitely still worth it. But how much money goes to the government and a gaming taxes is really extremely overwhelming. Okay, so what does a Lottoday on a blockchain offer? This is where it's really exciting. Keep in mind, this is the first time that there is a worldwide gaming platform. Okay, which means you can cross borders. It's on the blockchain. It means it's totally decentralized. And it's running on these blockchains, which is basically where there is like millions of people already using these blockchains. So that means millions of people have access to playing the Lottoday. Okay. So now what happens is that there's no, let's just say, for example, if someone, when they do win, they are going to be paid out to the crypto wallet 100% of whatever the jackpot is, because it's totally decentralized. So just kind of think about that. And also, it's the apps are going to be available on Google Play, the App Store, which that gives you another 3.6 billion users that can possibly run across it. And we as I call us like promoters. We as promoters, as we tell people about this, there is compensation that we can earn in addition to having our NFTs to get paid out a little bit more by actually sharing the application, a referral link, sharing an application, and someone starts buying. So you tell me what would be more attractive, to play on a platform that's decentralized and you get 100% of the money, or where you're going to get taxed more than 0.5%. So I think that's not more like common sense, right? But hey, everybody's got to make their decisions. Now, what happens here is, let's say in the US, there's all these games that people are playing right now, the billions of dollars that are spent. Okay. So now what happens is we look at this way. Lottoday is just one of the gamings that's going to be available at the moment. They're going to have horse racing, dog racing, betting, poker, scratch games, bingo, keno. Think about all these that people play. And it's going to be incorporated in such a way that you and I, if we choose to get involved, we can get compensated for it. Okay. So now they have figured out a structure so that there's what they call the pre-sale of the NFTs. There's a prize pool. There's revenue shares that we can earn. There's operational costs, of course, like in any corporation, any company. There's money that has to be spent in developing this stuff. So everybody gets a little piece of the pie to keep it really simple. The thing that's really important to understand here is this little part, and read this. It says, with a gaming hub NFT, you are a co-owner of IP rights on the entire Lottoday software. There's a huge benefit in that. Now I'll share with you in a second. So these are the NFTs. They look really cool and fancy. The artwork is just tremendous. I'm just going to touch on one of these just to keep it really simple. And the example I'm going to give applies to all of them, just to save a lot of time right here. So I'm going to pick this one, which is called the Wise Elephant. I purchased this NFT for 300 USDT. Okay. As people are playing the lottery, I want to get compensated 3 times my investment of the $300. So I'll end up with 900 USDT that falls into my wallet. Then they're going to give me an opportunity, and I want to show this right here. They're going to give me an opportunity where if I take those $300, invest it, I get 3 times the amount. I get $900 here, as you can see right here. I have an opportunity within 30 days to repurchase it at $300 to make $900 again, and do that over and over and over infinity, unless I choose not to renew it, which I think that would be almost like absurd if someone is making money on something that is passive income and they wouldn't just renew it. Just doesn't make sense. So everybody was going to renew it. So kind of keep in mind, the game gets paid again and again and again and again. It's continuous for life. Okay. So going back to this is what's happening right now. Okay. There's only so much more left that people can buy of these NFTs. They are basically in the last 5 and 6 stage. When these are sold out, it is gone forever. As far as being able to buy the IP rights of the software, the people that get involved and choose to do so, it's a one-time deal. Let's put it that we're kind of technically like the pioneers of what's happening. Okay, so that's one thing that's really important to understand. Now there is a website where you can go to this calculator and calculate. Okay, if I invested X amount and there were so many tickets sold, how fast would I make my money back? My capital and then my profits. Okay, so you can scan the barcode. You can log in, get on a Telegram group, see what's going on. What I would recommend, if you have any questions, email me. You'll find my email in the description. Email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, because there's a lot of people that are just a little hesitant because they're not sure how it works. So we've been spending the last, last 4 or 5 days just on a lot of calls, a lot of Zoom calls, a lot of one-on-ones, and just explaining to people how this works so they can take advantage of it if they choose to do so. Now, like I said, we all have to be responsible, and we're making our own choices when it comes to those investments. Okay. So the last part I want to share with you, let me stop sharing my screen. And we are going to go here. So if you look here, what happens is that it's telling us, you can go to this website, it's telling us how much is left over as far as NFTs. And you could just scroll up and it's going to show you what the value of the NFTs are. Okay, so these are the ones that are available. There's only so much more time left. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Remember, they are in the 5th, 6th stage, and then it's all over with. And it's been really exciting. We've been waiting for a long time for this launch. And when I say a long time, it doesn't mean they were putting it off. What it is, they planned this and they told us about it. We got excited about it. And a lot of people are participating in it because they just see the excitement and what's going to happen. So just keep in mind, when these last 2 are gone, the 5th and 6th stage, these NFTs will never be available to purchase. That's the one thing to really understand. A lot of people are kind of hesitant or confused about that part. So it's okay if you decide not to do this, if you make a conscious decision. But someone said to me, they go, oh, you know what? I think I'm just going to wait till like February or March. And I said, you know what? Most likely by the end of January, I'm thinking they're not going to be available anymore. I mean, I could be wrong. Might last a little longer, but you know what? I don't think they're going to be available. So everybody make their decisions. So look, what I want to do is just kind of say thank you for spending the time letting me share this opportunity with you. I will put some information in the description. So if you want to get a hold of us and if you want us to do a call one-on-one and kind of explain how this works, if somebody already shared this with you, get back to them. If not, feel free to send me your information and I'll be more than glad to share some interesting things that are coming, not only with the Lottoday, but some other things that are coming along with this Ultron blockchain. Okay. Thank you very much and have a great day.